Hi, students. My name is Mrs. Donnelly, and I'm here at Meadowview Elementary, sitting in front of the pollinators garden. So I have some of my friends, some buzzing bees buzzing around me, and I thought it'd be a really nice place to read a story. Today is a story about Carmela. Carmela is full of wishes. This story is written by Matt de la Peña. Here is Matt. And it's illustrated by Christian Robinson. And here is a picture of Christian. So the writer and the illustrator worked together to come up with the story. Carmela, full of wishes. So let's find out a little bit more about Carmela. Carmela scootered along the uneven dirt path, watching men stoop to work with their hands, her birthday bracelets jingling and jangling. The thick greenhouse air smelled of marigolds and overturned earth and fresh manure. I think I can kind of smell that too sometimes. Carmela knew exactly what manure was, but she didn't want to think about that. Ew, not today. We don't want to think about what manure is right now. Because today she woke to candles in her pancakes. Wonder what today is. Her mom sang happy birthday to you and told her, go on, mija, make a wish. But Carmela's wish had already come true. She was finally old enough to go with her big brother. Sometimes when you get older, you get more privileges. Carmela followed as he cut back onto the street at Freedom Boulevard, past the crowded bus stop and fenced-off repair shop, past the old folks' home where 200 old women waved smiles, past the huge home improvement store where her dad used to stand around weekend mornings waiting for work. Wonder where they're going. Carmela tried to make small talk with her brother as their metal cart rattled, but her brother didn't make small talk back. He didn't want her tagging along. Too bad, she told him with her glare. Sometimes that happens where big brothers or big sisters don't want you tagging along. And sometimes you say, too bad, I'm coming along. Just outside the laundromat, she picked a lone dandelion growing from the concrete weeds. She pulled a breath and leaned forward the fuzzy white bulb. But just before she could blow, her brother butted in. Did you even make a wish? You're supposed to make a wish. Everyone knows that. Of course I made a wish, she told him. But it was a lie. Carmela didn't know that you're supposed to make a wish. Carmela helped her brother sort colors. She helped him load the washers one at a time. While their clothes spun, her imagination turned. Each new thought ushered by a jingle of bracelets. Her brother found the sound annoying and shot her a dirty look. Too bad, she told him with her glare. Do you ever sometimes find the things that your little brothers or sisters do sometimes can be annoying? Or older brothers too? Or older sisters? She jingled her bracelets as she rode up to Miss Maria's vegetable stand, imagining a machine built into her bedroom wall, one that would spit out anything she could think of, but mostly candies. If you could wish for anything to come out of a washing machine, would you wish for candies? I think I would wish for chocolates. She jingled her bracelets in the line at the locksmith shop, imagining her mom sleeping in one of those fancy hotel beds she spent all day making for fancy guests. She jingled her bracelets at the bodega down the block from their apartment building, imagining her dad getting his papers fixed so he could finally be home. I think she misses her dad. She jingled her bracelets. Jingle your bracelets. Outside the pharmacy, eyeing the shiny new bikes in the windows. Her brother stopped in his tracks. Why do you have to be so annoying? She trummed her bracelets at him and said, It's a free country. He doesn't like the sound of her bracelets. The only time she didn't reach for her bracelets was when her brother ducked into his friend's house. Carmela slumped down on the curb, silently imagining all the things she could turn him into. The slimy pink tail of a rat, a cockroach scurrying away from the light, a wheelbarrow full of manure left in the sun. So now she's wishing mean things about her brother. She stared down at the dandelion in her hand. It seemed so much more important now. Now that she knew it was a place to make her wishes, what if she made the wrong choice? Do you think she could make a wrong choice making a wish? Carmela tried to hop a curb on the long trip home, but her tire caught and her handlebars twisted and she went crashing to the concrete. Ouch. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. But then she saw her dandelion crushed beneath the drain. She looked up at her big brother, warm tears rolling down her cheeks. He lifted up her scooter. You're okay? She shook her head and pointed. My wish. Her wish is all smushed. He took her by the arm and led her back to the block, past the laundromat and the flea market, past the greenhouses and the smell of manure, past the overgrown park and across the train tracks. He didn't stop until they made it to the abandoned farmhouse near a cliff overlooking the sea. Close your eyes, he said. Carmela closed them. Now make your wish, he said. Carmela listened to the ocean's hum in the distance. She listened to the squawking birds, and she listened to the wind whistling past her ears. Then she opened her eyes. She saw hundreds of tiny white spores lifting into the air, floating out toward the far-off surf. Wow. It's magical. The sky was full of wishes. Let's go, her brother said. Don't you want to know my wish, she asked. He shook his head. If you tell, it won't come true. She looked back one last time, then took off her bracelets and followed her brother home. The end. I think she wished that she wasn't going to bother her brother anymore. What do you think? I really wonder what Carmela wished for. If you could make a wish, if you could make any wish to make somebody else's life just a little bit better, what would you think about? Well, thanks for joining me. I'm going to go back to watching the bees in the pollinating garden here at Meadowview Elementary, and I will see you next time. Bye.